Have you ever found yourself reaching for the salt shaker more often than you used to? Or perhaps that beloved family recipe, the one you've cherished for decades, just doesn't seem to sing with the same vibrant flavors it once did? Maybe your morning coffee isn't quite as aromatic, or your favorite fruit seems a little less sweet. If food has started to taste a bit bland, different, or less exciting as you've journeyed into your 60s and beyond, you're certainly not alone. This change in your perception of taste and smell can be puzzling, even a little disheartening, especially if you've always loved to cook, share meals, or simply savor the diverse flavors of life. You might wonder if it's just you or if something more is going on. Well, the truth is, our senses of taste and smell, which are intricately linked to create our experience of flavor, do naturally evolve as we age. But it's not always a simple story of decline. In this video, we're exploring 5 surprising sensory and biological shifts that explain why your favorite foods might taste different as you age. And importantly, we'll touch upon how understanding these changes is the crucial first step to adapting your approach to food, rekindling your palate, and continuing to find profound joy and satisfaction in eating. These aren't just vague notions. They're based on real changes in our physiology. So if you're curious about why your taste experience might be changing and what you can do to keep your meals delightful, you're in the right place. Stay with us because the insights here could truly enrich your relationship with food. Let's uncover these 5 shifts. Shift number 1, the evolution of your taste buds. Our tongues are covered in taste buds, the amazing little sensory organs that detect the 5 basic tastes: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. That savory, meaty flavor. While it was once thought that the number of taste buds drastically decreases with age, current research suggests the decline might be more modest for many. However, what can change more significantly is the sensitivity and regeneration rate of these taste buds. They might not pick up on subtle sweet or salty notes as readily as they used to. This can lead to a perception that food is bland, tempting you to add more sugar or salt than before to achieve the same flavor intensity. Conversely, some find their sensitivity to bitter tastes can actually increase or remain strong, making certain vegetables or drinks seem more pungent. It's a subtle recalibration, not a complete loss. Imagine Carol, 68, a passionate baker. Her famous lemon drizzle cake suddenly started tasting not quite right to her family. Too sweet. For Carol, it tasted perfect. She eventually realized her perception of sweetness had diminished slightly, leading her to add more sugar than the recipe or her family's palates required. Understanding this allowed her to adjust her baking with more awareness. Shift number 2, the diminishing power of smell, our primary flavor sense. This is a big one, and often the most surprising for people to learn. Scientists estimate that as much as 70 to 80% of what we perceive as flavor actually comes from our sense of smell, not taste. Think about when you have a bad cold and your nose is blocked. Food tastes incredibly bland, right? That's because your olfactory receptors, located high up in your nasal cavity, are responsible for detecting the aromatic compounds in food that give it its distinct character and complexity. As we age, the number of these olfactory receptors can decrease, and their ability to detect and differentiate smells may also subtly decline, a condition known as hyposmia. So even if your taste buds are working reasonably well, a reduction in your ability to smell those wonderful food aromas can dramatically alter your overall flavor experience, making food seem less appealing or interesting. Shift number 3, changes in saliva production and composition. Saliva plays a surprisingly crucial role in our experience of taste. It's not just water. It contains enzymes that begin the digestive process, and importantly, it helps dissolve food molecules so they can interact with our taste buds. Saliva also helps cleanse the palate. With age, some individuals experience a decrease in saliva production, leading to a condition commonly known as dry mouth or xerostomia. This can be due to natural aging, certain medications, or underlying health conditions. When there's less saliva, or if its composition changes, food particles may not dissolve as effectively, taste sensations can be dulled, and it can even affect the texture of food in your mouth, all contributing to an altered eating experience. If these insights are helping you connect some dots about your own experiences with food, please let me know by typing the word flavor in the comments below. It's wonderful to hear from you. And if you're finding value here, I'd be delighted if you'd subscribe and click the notification bell so you can join us for more explorations like this. Now for our fourth surprising shift. Shift number 4, the unseen influence of medications and underlying health conditions. This is a significant factor that often flies under the radar. Many common medications prescribed for age-related conditions, such as those for high blood pressure, high cholesterol, depression, or even some vitamin supplements, can have side effects that alter taste or smell. They might leave a metallic taste, reduce saliva, or dull your sensory perceptions. Similarly, certain health conditions themselves, like sinus issues, dental problems, thyroid disorders, or even neurological conditions, can directly impact your ability to taste and smell food properly. It's always worth considering if changes in your perception of flavor coincided with starting a new medication or the onset of a new health concern. Consider John, 72, who noticed his favorite spicy curry suddenly seemed bland. He then remembered his doctor had recently started him on a new blood pressure medication. A quick check of the medication's side effects listed taste changes. While he couldn't stop the medication, knowing the cause helped him feel less puzzled and more open to exploring other ways to enhance his food, like using more herbs and different spices. Shift number 5, altered brain perception and neural processing of flavor. Finally, our experience of flavor isn't just about what happens on our tongue or in our nose. It's also about how our brain interprets those signals. The complex neural pathways that transmit taste and smell information to the brain, and the brain regions that process this information to create the perception of flavor, can also undergo subtle age-related changes. This doesn't mean there's a major problem, but the way these signals are integrated and understood might evolve. This can affect not only the intensity of flavors, but also our preferences and even our enjoyment of certain foods. It's a reminder that flavor is truly a brain-based experience, a symphony conducted by our senses and interpreted by our mind. So there you have it, 5 intricate shifts in our taste buds, our powerful sense of smell, our saliva, the influence of medications and health, and even in how our brain processes flavor. That can contribute to why food might taste different as we age. Understanding these natural changes is the first, most empowering step. It removes the mystery and replaces it with knowledge. And with knowledge comes the ability to adapt and continue to savor the world of food. Perhaps it means exploring bolder spices and herbs to compensate for a diminished sense of smell, paying more attention to food textures and temperatures to enhance a meal's appeal, ensuring good oral hygiene and hydration, or discussing medication side effects with your doctor. Rekindling your palate might involve a journey of rediscovery, of finding new ways to delight your senses. It's about working with your body's changes, not against them. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this has given you a richer understanding of your sensory world and inspires you to continue exploring the joys of eating at every age.